In 1930, two names, Reed-Smoot and Willis-Hawley, became synonymous with economic disaster. Their Tariff Act, initially intended to protect American industry, pushed the world deeper into the Great Depression. Today, nearly a century later, history seems to be echoing loudly as another tariff war unfolds, this time between two global giants, the United States and China. Could the shadows of the past warn us about the dangers of repeating history? Let's dive deeper. In the late 1920s, America's economy was booming until it wasn't. The stock market crash of 1929 set off panic across the country. Politicians scrambled to protect American industry. Senators Reed-Smoot and Willis-Hawley introduced what they believed was a lifeline, a drastic increase in tariffs. Smoot-Hawley raised tariffs to unprecedented levels. It was meant to shield American farmers and manufacturers from international competition. Instead, it triggered global retaliation, collapsing trade and sinking the economy deeper. But why would lawmakers risk international trade collapse? For the same reasons we see today, protecting jobs, domestic production, and nationalist economic pride. Fast forward to the 21st century, tariffs once again headline economic debates. The U.S. and China, two superpowers locked in competition, both champion protectionist measures. American tariffs on Chinese goods surged dramatically since 2018, initially imposed by President Trump and largely continued by President Biden. At stake today, however, isn't just agriculture or manufacturing, it's technology, AI, microchips, key elements shaping global dominance. In 1930, Congress passed the Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act, hiking tariffs on over 20,000 imported goods. Rather than helping, American exports fell by nearly 61% between 1929 and 1933. Industries collapsed. Unemployment surged. But it didn't stop there. Other countries retaliated aggressively. Canada, France, and Britain imposed steep tariffs on American goods. Global trade wars erupted, strangling international commerce and intensifying the Great Depression worldwide. Is today's U.S. China tariff standoff risking a repeat of that era? Currently, the United States restricts critical tech exports to China, aiming to hinder Beijing's technological rise. China counters by limiting rare earth mineral exports essential for U.S. technology firms. Both powers are now entangled in reciprocal restrictions, echoing the tit-for-tat spiral witnessed nearly a century ago. In 1930, more than 1,000 economists petitioned President Hoover, begging him not to sign Smoot-Hawley into law. Their warning went ignored. Today, echoes of those warnings resonate clearly. History clearly shows protectionism and tariffs rarely lead to prosperity. Instead, they typically produce higher prices, economic inefficiency, strained diplomatic relations, and worst-case scenarios, global economic crises. Yet, leaders often choose short-term political gain over historical wisdom, believing this time is different. But is it? Today's tariff wars differ slightly from the 1930s. The battlefield isn't agriculture or textiles, it's cutting-edge technology. The U.S.-China conflict is fundamentally about dominance in technology, AI, microchips. These tariffs and restrictions go far beyond trade. They're reshaping technological alliances and supply chains worldwide. But just like the 1930s, the risk remains high that this economic chess game might spiral into broader global instability. Already, global technology supply chains are stretched. If these tensions escalate unchecked, economies worldwide might face severe disruptions, reminiscent of the 1930 global economic fracture. The critical question remains: can we avoid repeating mistakes? Leaders today have history books open, yet similar mistakes persist. So, why? Perhaps it lies in the innate attraction of nationalism and protectionism. Political leaders worldwide use tariffs as a tangible measure to demonstrate strength and action. But economic reality is often subtler. tariffs can initially provide short-term benefits to select industries. However, history consistently demonstrates that their broader long-term effects are damaging economically and politically. Understanding this historical context becomes crucial. Leaders and citizens must reconsider if short-term political victories are worth long-term global economic risks. Today, facing another potential tariff catastrophe, we must ask ourselves, are we destined to repeat mistakes, or will we learn and chart a different path? The legacy of the Smoot-Hawley disaster isn't merely historical trivia, it's a clear lesson. Ignoring it is a gamble with high stakes. The question remains, will we listen this time? Thank you for watching.